Hi, everyone, and welcome back. It is Thursday. It's the 27th day. We're on the countdown to have August officially over and done with. We're counting down the hours until what's left of Hurricane Laura, as it will be a tropical depression as it enters our part of the world. But we'll talk about when and what we are expected to see as it does. A great deal of headlines tonight, a lot, of course, COVID related. Some good news statewide and locally here as we take a look at the numbers tonight. A significant change, certainly here locally. Fingers crossed they stay this way or that way. Remember, Sagersville Independent on newsstands today, hot off the presses. Another great read. The latest and most information on the Community Day event online as it is this year, and how you still have just a few days to donate and still a lot of room left to meet that $35,000 matched by the Community Foundation. So please, if you can, log on to that website that I'll remind you of in just a few seconds. And a breakdown of local and area surrounding county COVID-19 cases on the front page as well. Several updates, including about the death of a man after he was found lying on a Kentucky or McGoffin County roadway. About filling out an online form for the school feeding program. I touched on that yesterday. Heather has more in today's paper about how the Water into Wine Food Pantry got a much-needed grant for a much-needed piece of equipment, serving hundreds and hundreds of people every week over there, and it's just amazing to see what they're doing, and that certainly is going to help them in their efforts. A lot of other things that you're only going to see in the paper. In our Throwback Thursday, there's a page printed out of the Sagersville Independent back in 1980. We haven't been in 1980 for a while. A couple of interesting things, and I can't help but just, takes me back, and a lot of others, talking about a break-in at the McGoffin County High School, over $2,000 in equipment, and reading the list of equipment, just things that really don't exist anymore. A sign of my age and a sign of the times. Sponsored by Grover Arnett, our attorney at law, and our neighbor, of course, just across the way there, so be sure pick it up. A great deal of sports, we're still going ahead statewide with schedules and the like. Story from our contributing writer Steve Lemaster about 4 consecutive home games awaiting the Hornet football team. Also, KHSAA approving a waiver, and some really cool school picks to share with you. Dane Brown making headlines for a very good reason. A whole lot of other information. And Luther Dean's got a couple of homes for sale in Sagersville if you're looking for a place. That just touches the surface. So get a paper if you can. And remember, still, and I don't know how much longer, but still, the paper completely free online. If you want to go to our social media pages or our website, and via the link there you can see a complete, full, high resolution digital version of it there if you want to stay in and stay safe and not have to get out and grab a paper copy. So with that said, I'll have the news on the program here waiting for you right after a message or two. The first, that reminder about donating as soon as you can before you can't to help those nonprofits with Community Day. The fields and the stands may be empty, and big events as we know them are just gone for 2020, but there is still a real need that's out there. McGoffin County Community Day needs your support. For the past 16 years, Community Day has been instrumental in helping our local nonprofits and civic groups raise the funds for all the good things they do for our community. And this year, instead of the traditional event, the 2020 McGoffin County Community Day fundraising activities are going to continue with an online fundraiser that's open until August the 31st. Where gifts can be made online at bgcf.givingfuel.com/community day to support our 18 local nonprofits who need your help now more than ever. All the money raised will be split equally between those groups, and most importantly, for every dollar you donate, the foundation will match it with $2 up to $35,000. That means your gift of $20 becomes $60. Or your gift of $100 becomes $300 to support those important programs and crucial services provided by our local nonprofits. So please go to bgcf.givingfuel.com/community day and donate today. Oh, it's what a lot of you have been waiting for. They're back, but only for a limited time. Loaded potato wedges at your Sagersville Lee's famous recipe. That's right, our famous hand-cut homemade potato wedges smothered in cheddar cheese, real crispy bacon, topped with either sour cream or ranch, your choice. And they're still only $2.49 with tax. Get them while you can at your Sayersville Lee's. Summer heat and no AC make for a miserable drive. But don't sweat it. Call Black Smoke Performance in Sayersville for inspection, diagnostics, and repair by qualified technicians with the latest technology and equipment. Don't suffer in the summer heat. Get your air conditioning fixed today at Black Smoke Performance. It's hard to describe the t-shirt lines and looks in right now at the seasonal shop, but I'm going to try. 2 of them are made right here in KY, Ridge and Holler, because, in Kentucky, you're always in one or the other, and both are always beautiful. Just check these designs out. The other is Yonder, and it's made in Pikeville, and it's just as cool and creative and all Kentucky. Definitely something there to appeal to everyone. And the ever-popular Turn Row brand, also at the seasonal shop for all fans of anything farming. And you can come into the shop and experience the magic of perfectly chilled drinks. For regular and slim cans, regular or even wine bottles, cups, and more. It's the Cadillac of koozies by Brewmate. All colors and styles in stock right now at Fraser's Prater Drugs seasonal shop. Your state update in just a few moments, but there was some good numbers coming out of Magoffin County today, and it's actually not just today's numbers that I'm referring to, but over the course of the past several days, we've seen a significant change in numbers being reported here in Magoffin County. Literally, for a week now, consistently about half of the positive cases that we were seeing, according to our public health director. Let's back up to Saturday, Pete. And what's been the daily count over the course of the last 6 days, counting today?
Okay, we had Saturday, we had 0. Sunday, we had 1. Monday, we had 1. Tuesday, we had 2. Wednesday, 1. And today, we had 1 positive.
So that looks as though our average has pretty much gone down by half?
Yeah, we was averaging two a day the last, 2 or 3 weeks. Now we're down to this past 6 days, we've averaged just getting 1 a day.
What do you try to attribute that to?
I'm just hoping that it's just everybody doing the things they should be doing, and I know a lot more people are wearing masks. We're doing a lot more in the businesses, and I know that 3 of the cases that we have here in this county were directly came from Johnson County. That people came here, say a house cleaner or something like that, or worked in Johnson County and got it there and came here. So the cases that I think 3 of the cases we have here is directly related to Johnson County, even though they live here.
Are you talking about 3 of the most recent cases, or the last week?
Yeah, this last week, yes. Even the one today was a person that worked in Johnson County, and we kind of traced it back to the business she worked in.
So we seem to be doing well. We're also, Magoffin County as a whole, no longer in the critical or red zone, as it was referred to.
Yes.
Have you gotten any input from the state? Of course, I know you're very well familiar with the Kentucky High School Athletic Association's decision, that of the governor not to contest it or oppose it. Now we're waiting on the Kentucky Department of Education tomorrow to meet. Have you heard anything at all, or expect anything at all?
They're meeting at 12 tomorrow, is my understanding, and no, just rumors. Some people say they're going to give it its blessing, and some people say they're going to push it back to maybe the 28th. So you just don't know they meet.
Anything else before we go?
No, just appreciate everybody wearing the mask, and a lot of the businesses are complying now. We don't have hardly any complaints. I know you'll get 1 tooth here of that, but now we're not getting all a lot of complaints, and I've been in stores all week long. And people are wearing their mask, and I think that's going to make the difference for us if we just keep up the good work.
So that's a total of 71 cases for McGoffin County as of this hour. 11 people in isolation, 60 people have recovered, and 1,645 have been tested. Looking up and checking in on Johnson County, they too had one confirmed case today in a 33-year-old symptomatic male. Johnson County now with a total of 115 cases, 83 people recovered, 31 still active, 6 in Johnson County still in the hospital. Your state update, and of course we're talking about our weather, the latest updates from the National Weather Service into how much rain we may see from tropical depression lore coming up in just a few moments. Right now, here's tonight's McGoffin Farm Bureau community calendar. And still just one announcement, as there's just not a lot of things on anyone's calendar at this point in time, but that'll change hopefully sooner than later. But the McGoffin County Head Start is reminding everyone that they are offering virtual classes this school year, and parents, you can call 349-3488 to find out more. And when you do have a calendar announcement or birthday or anniversary, call me and I'll tell everyone about it. Nightly funeral services are a service provided by the McGoffin County Funeral Home here on Your News Today, and we have tonight a reminder about services to be held this Saturday at 2 for 68-year-old Larry Dean Adams of Dry Bread, who passed away this week, survived by his wife Lou Adams, as well as sons Marcus and Eric Adams, and sister Kimberly Layfield, and brothers Paul and Don Adams, and several grandchildren and a host of family and friends. A memorial service to be conducted this Saturday at 2 from the Sayersville Funeral Home Chapel. And 37-year-old Matthew Curtis Moore of Sayersville passed away Monday of this week. He was born in Prestonsburg to Tim Arnott and Anna Lou Caldwell Moore. He is also survived by two sons, Matthew Christian Moore, Isaiah Michael Moore, both of Sayersville, and two daughters, Alexia Stella Lachey Moore and Monique Danielle Moore of Sayersville, and a brother, Robert Ray Poe of Sayersville, as well as sisters Rosie Gullett, Donna Russell, Alice Stevens, all of Sayersville, and Kathy Cooper of Alabama. A memorial service in Matthew Curtis Moore's honor will be announced at a later date. Car accidents don't stop. Accidents at work don't stop. Disability and SSI cases don't stop. Your legal needs and concerns don't stop for the coronavirus, and neither does McFarland and Tinker. They are open, able to schedule appointments per CDC guidelines, and always available for telephone and video conferences. Please, be safe, be smart, stay home, and don't let your legal needs fall victim to the pandemic. Call McFarland and Tinker and let them take care of them for you. Connolly Tire in Staffordsville is now a proud partner of Rough Country for all of your suspension and lift kit applications. And you can always go to ConnollyTire.net to get the latest offers, like right now, $100 when you buy a set of Mickey Thompsons, $100 on a set of Continentals, and many, many more summer deals, including $35 computer diagnostics. That's Connolly Tire in Staffordsville, 297-2424. Come to Parkway Pharmacy in Sayersville and get your prescriptions filled, your over-the-counter medications, and immune system boosters, all from the safety and comfort of your own vehicle, either in their drive-thru or with their new curbside service. You can also call ahead or just download the MyGNP app, that's Good Neighbor Pharmacy, and refill and manage your prescriptions right from your device, helping you and yours stay healthy and safe. Parkway Pharmacy in Sayersville, 349-4400. So yesterday's program, I hope you were here for, was recorded a bit early as I had to be out of the office for the latter half of the afternoon, so I didn't have the governor's update as of yesterday. Just to recap, Bashir announcing 696 new infections yesterday, bringing Kentucky's total to 45,230. He also announced 7 more lives lost as a result of the coronavirus as of yesterday. And as of yesterday, we had officially surpassed the total number for all of July. All of July, about 14,527. And as of yesterday, 15,079 close to 16,000 when you factor in today's numbers that I'll have in just a second. Also, the rate of people testing positive dropped below 5% again, about 4.64%, a great positivity rating. Not as great as we need it to be, but certainly better. But still, yesterday, 16% of the cases announced yesterday were in our kids and teenagers, 18 and younger, and there was an even larger percentage today of young people in today's numbers. Before we get to those numbers, the governor did touch on some good news economically with 3 big projects to be announced, bringing a total of about 250 jobs to Kentucky, a project pretty much in each region, western, central, and eastern. Those 250 jobs coming from Claremont Distilling in Bullitt County, in western Kentucky, HVAC Distributing, in Ashland, a company by the name of Denelli, which repairs or manufactures steel manufacturing equipment. They're doing so at the former AK Steel plant, which of course is a good thing to have life breathing again back in that facility. The governor also taking time to remind everyone to vote and request your ballot now to vote in the general election this November. Then going on to numbers, which today are still on par with the plateau that Kentucky is in as a whole, but still almost 800 new cases today and still a growing number of kids testing positive.
It's again tracking about what we've seen the last several weeks. Today we're reporting 775 new cases of COVID-19. You ever think we'd be to the point where we'd say we're at a plateau, which we're not happy about, but it's better than the alternative? 775 new cases wouldn't sound abnormal. It means that we do have to push to have fewer cases, but it does show that we are doing a lot of testing. 775 new cases once we do the daily removal of duplicates so that our data is as accurate as I think anybody's out there. Our total cases are 45,978. Our positivity rate is below 5% today. That's good, 4.8%. What's not good is a trend we're continuing to see with kids. And I think I saw something online that there's still someone out there claiming that kids don't get the virus or transmit the virus easily. Here's what I tell you, 23% of today's positives are kids 18 and under. 23%. That's 130 kids. Have you ever had a kid that's gotten a test because they're worried that you have it? I went through that. The questions they ask you break your heart. And the trauma that they go through is real. It's a trend we have to pay attention to. 11 high school age kids in Warren County today. Some of them are 18, so I guess they could be college students too, but if they're high school students, 11 kids in one county alone. Again, I hope that contact tracing is going fast because that school system is open right now.
Warren County, where schools are in session and in the classroom, always among the top 3 or 4 counties in regards to the highest number of cases daily here in Kentucky. Today, Warren County had 58 cases. And statewide, the governor says that in grades from K through 12 across the state, there were 26 new students and 22 new schools which had positive cases today and 3 new teachers. He also stressed that those numbers didn't necessarily mean that those individuals, students, or staff were actually in classrooms at this time, but that we have 26 new students, 22 new schools, and 3 new teachers among positive numbers today. The governor also announced 8 deaths today, bringing our total closer to 1,000 at 910. Following the governor today with some good news of his own was our friend Rocky Atkins, who had some good news to share about his family, his father and his son. His father, after 2 weeks in the hospital and a week at Cardinal Hill, is back home this evening, and Rocky's son Brandon actually caught the virus from Rocky's father, Brandon's grandfather. Brandon catching it and carrying and dressing and transporting his grandfather to the hospital, with Rocky crediting Brandon with saving Rocky's father's life.
Not only did Brandon test positive, but he was the one that took my dad to the hospital at St. Clair Medical Center on August the 6th. But he was also the one that picked up my father yesterday, August the 26th, to return him home. It was a pretty good reunion. And one of the most beautiful sights I've seen is I may have troopers not abided by the speed limit exactly, trying to get to Cardinal Hill on time yesterday to watch my father come through the door of Cardinal Hill with my son behind him. It was a pretty happy time for all of us, to be very honest. I want to take this opportunity to thank all of the frontline workers across Kentucky. I want to thank all of the medical experts that governor on the front line every day. And when I say the medical profession, I'm talking about the people that fix the meals and keep the facility clean, from the nurses to the folks that do the rehab, all of those individuals that are a part of that. I want to say thank you for the effort that you put out for my father to help him return home as yesterday.
Rocky says that his father is not completely recovered yet. In fact, he's going to be on oxygen for at least another 6 to 8 weeks as his lungs try to recover and recuperate. And he also continued to plead with everyone to wear a mask and to take the coronavirus as serious as it actually is. Well, the weather is changing, and it's changing because of remnants of Tropical Storm Laura, which, just as we knew, was a life-taking storm as it hit the coast yesterday. 4 lives thus far. We expect that number to certainly grow. Historic Hurricane Laura made landfall early today in Cameron, about 45 miles south of Lake Charles, as a Category 4 hurricane with sustained winds of about 150 miles an hour. The Lake Charles, Louisiana area, pretty much the bullseye for Hurricane Laura earlier today. At last report, down from a Category 4 to a tropical cyclone at 4 o'clock, was still 50 mile per hour winds moving northeast at about 15 miles per hour. By the time what is left of Laura gets here, it will be a tropical depression. It will arrive in the bluegrass tomorrow, and with it bring rain, heavy at times, high winds, possibly some severe storms as well, and its current track has it to still completely cover the states of pretty much Kentucky, West Virginia, and Virginia before it treks on off to the eastern seaboard. Gusts of 40 to 45 miles per hour will be possible for some of Kentucky. Rainfall estimates right now, and the latest update from NOAA, are putting us in a much better area, closer to 2 inches of rainfall for eastern Kentucky on the high end. And in fact, the latest update that I received from the National Weather Service out of Jackson just a few moments ago has us with the heaviest rain likely to occur between midnight and dawn early Saturday morning, with total amounts around 1 to 2 inches. They say there's a very small risk of a brief tornado or wind damage from any storms that develop tomorrow afternoon in tomorrow evening, especially for south central Kentucky. So it does not look to be that great of an event for us, but a life-changing one, of course, for those folks down around Louisiana and the Texas coast. With that said, here's the particulars of your Licking Valley RECC outlook. We do have a low tonight of around 72 degrees and a 30% chance of showers and storms. It's pretty much winding up right about now as far as any chances thereof. For your wishful thinking. For your Friday tomorrow, 84, mostly cloudy, a 50% chance of showers and storms, mainly afternoon. And we're going to see some winds out of this, 3 to 8 on average, but maybe up to 16 miles per hour on the high end tomorrow. Rainfall amounts early tomorrow, very little, maybe 1/10 of an inch or less. Tomorrow night, though, we'll pick up some more rain, possibly 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch possible tomorrow night. Winds still out of the south-southwest, picking up maybe around 18-20 mile per hour gust, and a low of 70 after a high of 84 for your Friday. And then Saturday, we're going to see showers. We're going to see some thunderstorms possibly in the afternoon. Daytime highs right around 81, and what's left of Laura will increase our winds up to about 21 miles per hour unless we get in on any severe weather right now. The odds are small. Nevertheless, maybe another 3/4 of an inch to an inch of rain possible on Saturday, and then by Saturday night, things will start to calm down and clear up. Partly cloudy, still some showers lingering through your Saturday night, but not really adding up to our total at that point, which could be around 2 inches or so. And then all of a sudden it's gone. Sunday, mostly sunny, cooler at 79, partly cloudy. Sunday night at 59, but a completely dry day for the latter half of your weekend. Starting off next week, Monday, 83, partly sunny skies, a 20% chance of showers and storms. Tuesday, similar, and Wednesday, similar, as we have low 80s and some sunshine and some shower and thunderstorm chances. One last news report that I failed to throw in earlier. Nothing really new on this front, but unemployment rates rose in 109 counties in Kentucky between July of 19 and last month. They fell in 10 Kentucky counties, and Carlisle stayed exactly the same. Oldham County recorded the state's lowest jobless rate in right at 4.2%. Carlisle and Pendleton 4.5%, and other familiar counties among the top. Emma-Goffin County, as we are familiar with, recorded the state's highest unemployment rate, as we most always do and have for years, at 15.3%. Next was Harlan at 12.9%, Martin County at 11.1%, Letcher at 11%. Breathitt was later on up at about 10.6%. Floyd County near the bottom at 9.7%, Knott at 9.4%, as well as Carter, Clay, Elliott, and Pike, all at 9%. So that's going to wrap it up for this evening. I'm going to wrap up this week when I see you back here next time, as we're still going to be talking about the rain that we are expecting to see, as well as other news and information that you'll only see here. Good night. Thank you for watching.